Good morning. Welcome to day 2. I am feeling so lazy today. I woke up at like 10 it's 10:52. I think I woke up 52 minutes ago and I have just been laying in bed on TikTok and like in my PJs. I haven't even taken my dog on a walk and I have to go to the gym. I still have to edit the video from yesterday. So I'm just a little behind on things. Yesterday I DoorDashed, made some money, and now I just need to like get dressed and get ready for the day because also my iPhone storage is running out. So I'm like freaking out because like editing yesterday's video is gonna help me make today's video, but I can't go on with today's stuff without editing the video, but editing the video is gonna take a second. So, okay, game plan. I might have ADHD. I think it's highly probable and I should definitely get tested for it. Am I going to? No. Am I gonna act like I have it anyways and use the proper treatments and therapies? Yes. So, with that being said, I have to get dressed in gym clothes and then I have to take my dog on a walk. I'll come back, edit the video. What else? Edit the video while I drink my tea, my caffeine, and then that's probably good enough and I'll see you at the gym. It is way later in the day than I would like to admit. It is 2:13. Editing yesterday's video took like 2 hours, and then for another hour I was just like watching my old YouTube videos, and then I went on TikTok and like basically just had like a social media binge for like the past hour and a half maybe. I still haven't gone to the gym, so but it's 2:14, so I was getting hungry, so I have breakfast. Ta-da. Don't let me fool you. This looks delicious and it looks very nutritious and good for me. And it is. But I also just ate an entire pack of bacon all by myself. So, you know. Remember in the last video I was like, oh, I've been losing weight long enough that I know like what's good for me and what's not, and that is true. I do know. I just choose incorrectly sometimes. So this is light Greek yogurt and what are these called? Like, oh, granola. Light Greek yogurt and granola, and then a banana. And then I have my green tea here as well to get my caffeine in. But dude, yeah, editing the video took so long, and I think it's because I'm still, this is like my first time in a hot minute recording and editing and like all that. And I was so congested yesterday, and I'm a very congested person. So editing out every single time I sniffled was so annoying. And I just apologize that I am just a congested individual. That's also one of the main reasons I can't hit my 10-minute mile is because like the one time I did like 9 minutes was when I was alone in the gym. And it's because when I run, I produce so much mucus and my nose is so runny, and I'm literally like the whole time like just literally blowing my nose into my shirt. It's disgusting, I know, and I apologize, but like also I don't go to the gym to look pretty, so you're gonna see me like get sweaty and get nasty, and my mucus unfortunately is just an extension of that. So I'm gonna eat this and then hopefully we'll head out to the gym soon. Like, give me 30 minutes and I promise you we'll be there. For you, give me 3 seconds. It's never empty, at least when I come. So I'm gonna do my cardio. The plan is not to run today because I already ran yesterday and I don't want to overexert my knees or injure them. So just anything that will get my heart rate up a little bit, we'll probably do incline. And then
like after maybe 20 minutes of that, we'll move on to lifting.
What up, y'all? It's voiceover Lauren again. Here I am doing my seated rows. The cardio today was actually really good. I did an incline of 12 at 3 miles per hour, and I did that for like a hot minute. So it got my heart rate up to where I wanted it to be, and it also burned pretty much the same amount of calories as if I had ran. I did have to do it a little longer, which is the good thing about running, is that like I can knock it out in 10 or 12 minutes. But if I'm not running, then it's going to take a little longer. But here's my seated row. Today is pull. So obviously you're going to see me pulling a lot of things. I don't really have much to say about this exercise. I'm really trying to focus on keeping my chest up. I talked about this in my last video, but I usually tend to round my back, so I'm trying to focus on keeping my shoulders back so that my chest can stay puffed out. And I'm thinking about using my arms and my elbows to wrap around my body. So that was a set, and then here I am doing the lat pull down. I'm pretty sure I talk about this later in the video, but the lat pull down is at a higher weight than I'm used to. I just recently upped the weight, so my form is not the best. I'm not going all the way down because I physically can't yet. And I did test out the weight below this one, and it was not doing anything for me. I actually had to decrease the volume because it was too much for me. The workout today was kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's because I took a week off and now I'm getting back into it, and it's been a little difficult. Here is me setting up for a barbell row. I accidentally put 5-pound weights on at the beginning, and then I had to swap them out for 10 pounds because I realized I had upped the weight a few sessions ago. And then also you can see the safety right there. I forgot to put those down, so I'm gonna just tuck them real quick. You see, there we go. So for a Smith's machine barbell row, what I do is I take the bar right at my knees. Sorry, not at my knees. Right at my thighs. And then I push my butt back. And I think about loading up my hamstrings. And hinging forward from my hips. So that way my spine is in a neutral position. As neutral as I can get it. And then the same thing as the seated row. I'm thinking about wrapping my elbows around my body, and I'm really trying to lead with my elbows as I pull up. And this movement actually gets very difficult for me towards the end. I fatigue pretty quickly because my form is a lot better than it's usually been. I'm a lot more conscious of it, and also because like I said, the weights have just been a little extra for this workout. Next, we're just moving on to some face pulls. I still don't know if I'm doing these right, to be completely honest with you. It feels like my body is pulling forward because the weight is so heavy, I guess. I don't have good control, I'd say. I definitely can feel my feet sort of sliding on the floor. But I just try to bring that thing as close as I can to my face. And I saw a TikTok that said to start with your thumbs down and then pull them upright and then pull towards your hairline. So I've been trying that out. I don't know how effective it's truly been, to be completely honest with you, but it does feel easier to pull that way versus just grabbing the cable like normal. Here I am setting up for some cable upright rows. This is a new movement to me. I've only done this maybe 3 times at most, and I think I'm doing it right. If you have any tips, please leave them below. But essentially what I'm doing is I'm literally just pulling up towards my chin And then I try to squeeze at the top and think about my back muscles that are involved in this movement. Moving on to kneeling high pulley row. I'm just gonna get down here and then pretty much the same as a face pull, except you're kneeling. So I feel this a little like more in between my shoulders than with a normal face pull. And I lowered the weight on these. I am capable of doing 40, but 40 pounds feels like the weight is pulling me instead of me pulling the weight. So I dropped it to 30 and it feels a lot better. I feel like I can control it a lot better. So this is just an example of one of those instances where you have to use your better judgment and kind of think about what's going to work best for your body. All right, moving on to the arm routine. I know that's what everyone's been waiting for. My biceps have actually lost a lot of strength. No, I won't say a lot, but they've lost some strength, definitely. I've noticed in this workout. It was a lot harder for me to move the weights. I actually, towards the end of my last set for these inside curls, reached failure. I literally could not get the weight up on my left arm, and I was just like pumping myself up. I'm like, come on, girl, come on, I know we can do it. And I used my pinky. I had to basically swing the weight. It was insane, but you know, swinging weight is better than nothing, so I'll take it. So I'm just doing some inside curls here. Then I'm gonna move on to a curl hold, which is pretty much the exact same thing, except you hold it for a really long time. These were also very difficult. I just increased the weight on them, so that might be why. I think I actually did have to drop down the weight because it might have been too heavy for me. And then I didn't get a chance to film it, but I did a hammer curl drop set. So I did I think 20 pounds, 15, 10, and the reps was like, I want to say 8, 10, 12. I don't remember exactly. And I didn't put it in my notes either because I'm stupid. I was in a rush because my boyfriend called me and he had an errand for me to run, a little favor that I had to do. So this set was definitely rushed. All my arm workouts were, to be completely honest, but the pump still goes crazy. Let's go check on it.
Okay, so I am a little pressed for time because some, you know, I don't even want to get into it right now, but I'm pressed for time. I gotta go do something for my boyfriend, so let's get this pump check in real quick. Ugh. It's pretty much gonna look the same as yesterday. Let me see. Get a hair clip. Or something to hold my hair up, please. It's probably just gonna look the exact same as yesterday's pump. So, you know. But I still, you know, I may be pressed for time, but we always got time for a pump check. So, should I stand here? I'm thinking of putting you in 0.5. But I think this is fine. Cause, yeah, this is fine, because I'm wearing clothes anyways. So, okay. So we hit back today. We also hit arms, so a little bicep check, which we like pretty much did yesterday. That's probably good enough. So I'm gonna go do my errand, and I will see you guys in a minute so that we can actually talk about like what I did and stuff. Or honestly, let's talk about it now. So the weights are still feeling heavy. They still feel heavy. And I think it's because I got like no hormones in me, and also I took a week off of training. So I think I've lost some strength, especially in my biceps. The weights were, I just upped the weights. I usually do 15 for bicep, but I did 20 today because I had notes that said to up the weight, so I did. But damn, bro. To be honest, if you look at a lot of the clips, my form is not the greatest because I just upped the weight on a lot of the exercises. So I'm still like getting used to doing I'm talking about the lat pull down. I'm still getting used to the weight, and I can't do the full range of motion with that weight yet. But I did like lower the weight to see how my range of motion was, just to make sure I got the form down correctly. And I definitely got it. It's just that the weight is taking a little bit for me to adjust. So, and honestly, like, I just wanted to say like how grateful I am for today. It was so awesome. It was so much fun. The weather is incredible. Like, I'm just like truly so blessed and grateful to be here. Life has been so amazing ever since I started this series, ever since yesterday. I just feel so happy and appreciative. And honestly, like, I feel like I found a purpose, and maybe this is because it's my normal week of the month and I'm feeling good. And you know, honestly, it's pretty typical. I'm usually very optimistic in the beginning of the month, and then as we like go on, it gets a little worse. So I'd say like 50% of the time I'm pretty optimistic and cheerful, and then the other 50% it can get like, you know, well, you'll definitely see it in this series. You'll definitely see it, but that's why I'm talking about it now, because mood is such an important aspect of of my life personally, trying to navigate through the emotions I feel. And I know for a fact that my menstrual cycle contributes a lot to my mood. So I'm trying to be conscious of that. So like, for example, this is like some ways that it can benefit you. I personally, I applied to jobs during my follicular phase and during menstruation. So that way, hopefully that gives them enough time to reach out to me, and I can schedule interviews for when I'm ovulating, which is when I have the most testosterone, which is when I am most confident and can most likely get the job and like go in for the interview. I've noticed that if I apply when I'm peak confident, like during my ovulation, and then the interview comes around my luteal phase or when I'm menstruating, I'm less likely to like either get the job or even show up to the interview, to be honest, because I'll just get so pessimistic about it. But yeah, I've been yapping long enough. I gotta go. So I don't know if this is the last clip of the day. If it is, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in. If it's not, I'll see you in a second.